You now say, okay, let's just
for the
hit up the
safety of
system.
people in those states, I think personally they should even advise themselves to hold on for now. Okay, moving on to some business story now. The federal government earlier this week announced a reduction in the price of premium motor spirit, that's petrol, from 97 naira to 87 naira per litre. The reduction follows the crash in the price of crude oil in the international markets. The Minister of Petroleum, Diziani Alison Madueke, made this statement from the presidential villa, apparently after consultations with President Goodluck Jonathan. Now, this is a move in the right direction. What do you think about the reduction? Okay, 97 to 87. Some people have done some calculations I've seen, and they said they arrived at 45, that 87 is not it.
Wow.
So,
Well, they are outside government. And government
they know the calculations better.
Yeah.
So they have their own calculation.
Okay.
And government also has its own calculations. So, but at least the one thing that is significant, it has been reduced. And this is the second time it's being done.
Okay, after the protest,
no, not after the protest. Willingly, without protest. Because remember when Yarada came in, Obasanjo just shot it to 70, and Yarada said, no, return it to 65. So this is also the second time that the government is also bringing it back down without any protest. Yes. So I think it's encouraging. But I'm also aware that for the past 1 or 2 months, the Nigerian Labour Congress has also been demanding that government should reduce the price of the pump price of petrol.
Okay.
So that has been the only voice that put this demand. So those who are now doing alternative calculations, where were they? Is it today that they know that they needed to? No, but none of them even demanded for this.
So it just came. So you should take it.
Are they calculating?
So yeah, because they ought to have done these calculations before this decision is being taken and say this is what we want. But it was only Labour that was saying, government, the price of crude has fallen in the international market, reduce the domestic price of refined products. And government listening to that, I think it's an encouragement.
Oh, okay, that's great. Now, if you're just joining us, this is Newsweek on Level Plus, a review of major activities that went down during the week. We'll take a short break now, and when we come back, we'll take a look at Nigeria politics. Don't go away.
It's 2015. That time, that year, that Nigeria decides. As Nigerians go to the polls in the general elections, we will bring you all information, in-depth analysis, and reviews on the election process. Watch Nigeria Decides on this station and stay informed. Nigeria Decides, bringing you detailed reviews of the Nigerian election process.
You're welcome back. Ahead of the February 5 People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential campaign rally in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, the State Police Command has warned individuals and groups that have no lawful business in the state to stay away from the state in their own interest. Two groups, Bayelsa Youth Vanguard (BVY) and Mangrove Boys of Bayelsa (MBB), had threatened to attack the First Lady if she accompanied her husband, President Goodluck Jonathan, to the proposed presidential rally over her alleged involvement in a plot to embarrass the state governor during the event. Meanwhile, the state government has condemned the threat by the faceless youth groups, asking the First Lady not to attend a planned presidential rally in the state. The president has been attacked in Katsina and Bauchi states already. So,
the Bayelsa issue is quite unfortunate. But quite frankly, there have been this cold war between the governor and the First Lady. That one is obvious.
Yes.
In fact, until we verify, there's even a plot that the man will not go back for a second tenure.
Okay.
So the man himself is aware. So they are fighting that battle within themselves.
That's the
inside.
governor?
The governor, yeah.
Okay.
So they are fighting that battle right on the inside. So those issues are there. But again, Bayelsa is a very volatile state somehow. very, very volatile. Because in the last governorship election, I think that was 2012, we could remember the former MD of NDDC, what's it called now? Something, I can't remember the name now. Yeah. When he was contesting for governor, with all his supporters, right in his house, in his compound, people enter with gun and were shooting. In broad daylight, not even in the night. And one person was killed that day. So before his boys could come out to respond, they've already killed. So Bayelsa is known for that. The boys there are very notorious when it comes to violence. Yeah. But again, the trend now is that we also have a former governor who is also in the opposition. That we also want to take advantage of that Cold War to disorganize whatever they are going to do in that state. So it's very complex. But it's also good that the governor has also come out to say, okay, yes, this one will not stand. And they are working towards that. So we just hope that they will be able to prevent that from happening.
So generally, in these political campaigns and rallies, we've been hearing of attacks, especially on the president. So what can we really say about it? Is there a motive other than now this Bayelsa state? We are saying it's volatile.
It's even beyond Bayelsa state.
Yes, because it has happened in Katsina and
generally, it appears the APC is desperate.
Could they be the ones attacking, or could it be Northerners now saying this man has not really done anything?
But they're also attacking on the platform of the APC.
Okay.
Okay.
Has that been proven? Is there any indication that
they've also
but APC is condemning the attack.
Yeah, that because they had a peace accord.
Okay, so they have to.
So they are working towards all those tendencies. This election is a very critical election.
Yes.
It's an election that either Nigeria will be or Nigeria will not be.
And
Nigeria will be.
Yeah. So that's the point. It's also an election that a set of people have said, yes, we must get this thing. Then if we don't get it, then there'll be a problem. So it's a very critical election. And there again, I listened to the governor of Jigawa State. I think that was on Tuesday. And he made a very categorical statement. And he said that himself, that in the north, that Buhari is bringing back, that there was liberty in the north in 1999 when PDP won.
Yes.
So that kind of operation in the past ended. But now, Buhari is bringing it back. That today, if you say anything against Buhari, they call you names. He said that himself, because he's not in support of Buhari, they call him a pagan in the north.
Yes.
They call him pastor. They call him anti-north.
They call him an infidel. I think
a lot of things.
Somewhere. Yes.
So that he has been under attack. Because he said that the freedom they had, they're now destroying their freedom.
So is it really healthy
So, no, it shows the level of people who are desperate.
Yes.
It shows the level of desperation of a set of people to have got. So when they begin to attack Mr. President, it's an indication of insensitivity to the national unity.
And it's insecurity on their own part. So
insecurity on their own part, on the entire nation, because their own son, Buhari, campaigned in Bayelsa, nobody attacked him. He campaigned in Rivers, nobody attacked him. He campaigned in Cross River, nobody attacked him. Now, why should another person not come to campaign in their own land?
All right. So going back to Jonathan's administration, so how can you describe the president's tenure? How well has he fared?
I think the man has done what he should do as a president of a country. Now, the workings of, people need to understand the workings of democracy. It's different from military regime. Because sometimes even when you tend to get your policies through, there are so many factors that will slow you down. So, but if you look at it, Mr. President, for instance, look at agriculture, for instance. The three basic things of life, you talk of housing, food, and clothing. Now let's single out food. It's just that the man is poorly marketed. Now they have invested in agriculture in the north. Heavily more in the north than any other part of the country. Now the northern youths have taken over agriculture all over the country. Now they will now produce, at least for the past 3 years, in Lagos, for instance, you can have fruit all year round. You know, you can have yam, or the era of you're having dry yam is no longer there. It's always fresh.
Yes, I think I'm
No, it's true.
It's true.
If you go to the market today, you will see it.
Yes.
The area when you have very dry yam in December, January, is gone. Go to the market today, you will see have yam that, you know, still have that. These are things that are fresh, you know. We still have all these garbage and whatever coming from the north also. And the same north, because here, this is one area here also empowered the north. You now see the northern youths fleeing from Boko Haram into Lagos. Now they move that thing from the north, they take delivery here in Lagos. It is the Fulani Hausa boy that is on the street of Lagos pushing wheelbarrow, selling yam and selling all kinds of cucumber and the carrot.
It's true.
And they make the money and they take it back to the north. That alone is, in fact, there is nothing anybody can just argue to the contrary that the man has not succeeded in that section.
Okay, let's, this is about presidential elections too. Let's talk about Buhari, his certificate saga quickly before we round up. Should he have gone to his school to say, give me my certificate, or just stayed with the affidavits that he swore?
No, because they say in the past, I've not really studied that section of the Constitution anyway, but in the past, the Constitution, the law didn't require you should have evidence.
Evidence.
But now they say the law requires you should have evidence. So once you make a claim, you attach your evidence. I think that is where they're having problem. Okay. Now over the years, he has been going with affidavit, you know, giving excuses. But now the law says you have to get this evidence. But I think the whole saga shows the weakness of the INEC. Because INEC as an institution supposed to stand and say, okay, since this is what the law, you know, stipulates, now can you please fulfill this aspect of the process of registering as a candidate?
Sorry, let me come in there. I think INEC Chairman Jega actually responded to this issue some days ago. He had a press conference and he said, based on the Electoral Act 2010, it's not been amended yet, in Section 31, there's a provision that you just fill that column. When you have been nominated as a candidate, you fill that column and that's all. You can depose to an affidavit that I don't have my certificate, but these are the grades. You fulfilled.
And that's it.
Yeah. So that's why I was saying that whoever has an issue with that should go to the court. It's the Constitution that actually made a provision for the SSC certificate and all that. And yes, PDP and the public were well within our right to say, bring these documents. Yeah. So, and here, if you've deposed to an affidavit and really said, I misplaced it, accidents could happen. Why go ahead and
bring something?
No, I think it's, because Lai Mohammed, the National Publicity Secretary, said that the man swore to an affidavit that when he was overthrown, that when he was overthrown, you know, he was in detention, so his house got burnt. So all the documents got burnt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but again, the law does also not hold him, even if he doesn't have that.
Yes,
because there are other qualifications that clears him to contest without this certificate.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the Constitution. Because it said that if you have been in civil service for a number of years,
yes,
you know, so these are exemptions.
Okay.
But then, in this whole controversy, all you needed to do, if he has it, there's no need for all these arguments. All you just get to the school, please send this to me.
Okay, I think this is really a long issue to talk about, but this is where we have to end the show. I'm sure we're going to continue. I'm sure more will come up for this particular topic of certificates and many other things happening in Nigeria, in Africa, and all over the world. Thank you so much, Mr. Sunday Odibashi. Mr. Sunday Odibashi has been our guest today on Newsweek. He's a public affairs analyst, and this is where we wrap up the show. IT.
Itohan Olomo Agbodo. We'll see you next week.
And don't forget to log on to www.lovewellplusnews.org to get more information and also post your comments there. My name is Gimalo Angel Ologoke. Thanks for being there.